Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got my week 17 of 2025 plan with me, and today I am using an Erin Condren sticker kit. I'm going to get started on the bottom banners and then the bigger box stickers. So this particular kit, after purchasing them, I noticed that these are supposed to be like washi style stickers, but I noticed that they go up all the way across on both sides. So you have less space here on that sidebar, which may not bother everyone. And it doesn't necessarily bother me per se. Just something that I observed. And that space here is something that I am used to having. But they do fit pretty much perfectly, and that always makes me happy, bringing me a little bit of joy. It also came with, oh, that one's a little bit crooked. That's fine. It did come with like a secondary strip that goes on top of this one. And again, I'm not super sure that this is something that I particularly love, but I'm trying it out this week, and then if I don't like it this week, then I don't have to use it on the next ones that I use from Erin Condren. Trying to stack them like perfectly. And then a majority of the stickers that I'm actually using this week are Erin Condren stickers, just from like the sticker books and things like that that I've purchased over the years. Along with the kit, just because I felt like the styling was very complimentary. And then let's see, for this week's menu, we had, on Monday we had leftovers, Tuesday we had Mexican lasagna, Wednesday we had creamy chicken and rice, Thursday was meatloaf, Friday was ribs, Saturday was pork loin, and Sunday we went out to eat. Stack that directly on top. And then my focus habits for this week were vitamins, reading, and self-care. So I will just stack those right up here. And then the quote sticker that I have for today is you are bigger than your circumstances. I will stack that right on top of everything else. Did end up covering up the date just a little bit, but again, not a huge deal. I'm going to go in with my to-do list stickers, and these are actually super thin. They're like washi tape. If you can, you can see right through them. But I'm just going to throw those at the bottom of each day. And then my to-do list for Tuesday. And then for Wednesday. And then let's do I did not have a to-do list for Thursday, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I did. And then here's Saturday and Sunday. Okay, now that all of those are down, I will get started on Monday. And the first item that I have to mark for Monday is my reading. So I will put that up here at the very, very top. And I will put the little icon here. And let me go ahead and break this in half for us. Okay, so on Monday, I read for 2 hours. I feel like we can't see that very well. Use a little bit of a thicker pen. There we go. And then the next item, I'm gonna put it this way. And then I will put the little nail polish bottle. And I will write manicure. And oddly enough, for this particular week, Monday ended up being my only day of work. So if this week seems a little out of whack, it is. Okay, and then I'll put this little telephone here. And I'm just gonna write phone call. This was an important phone call. And up next, I had tea. So I'm just gonna write tea break. And then after that, my son went and stayed at a friend's house for the evening. Because we ended up spending the entire evening in the emergency room. So definitely not fun, but all good now. And then the last item that I have for today, or well, not for today, but for Monday, for this day, is just this Happy Everything sticker. And again, all of these, like even the Happy Everything sticker and the to-do list stickers are all Erin Condren stickers. The only thing that is not Erin Condren stickers are the icons. And then this meal planner sticker. This is a Planner Envy sticker. But anywho, we will move on to Tuesday. And at the top of Tuesday, I have a Dare to Dream banner. I felt like this particular week, because of how chaotic it was, I just needed a lot of encouragement and a lot of self-care, and I needed to be really kind to myself. And so I did that. But first, well, after that one, I'm gonna mark my reading. I'll put this little coffee cup icon. And on Tuesday, I read for 30 minutes. So read 30 minutes. I'm not sure if this marker is working particularly well on these stickers in particular, but hopefully we can let it dry and it'll be fine. And then the next thing that I'm going to mark is, well, I have a whole sticker on my finger. I'm going to use this little flower. And then I'm going to take this super tiny day off sticker. And I'm just going to place it right here because I did have this day off. And then up next, I did take some time out of this day to plan. So I will put that here. And my cute little planner icon. And she's a big one, but I'm just gonna put it like this. Even though it covers up a couple of other things, it's okay. So I'll just write planning time. And then after that, I definitely did the menu planning for this on this day. There we go. I will face my sticker the opposite way. And then I'll add my little utensils. And then I will write menu planning. Perfect. And then this day we did also have dinner at a friend's house. I'll put this little adorable salad bowl right here. And then I will write dinner with friends. And then after that, I do also need to mark that my son did also have martial arts this day. There we go. And then, where's my marker? There we go. Okay, and that wraps up Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, of course, I am going to mark my reading. Then I'll put my little coffee cup here. And on this day, on Wednesday, I read for 1 hour. Okay, so like I said, I read for 1 hour on Wednesday. 1 hour. And then after that, again, I was off this day. So I'll mark that here. And then I will mark down, I did post a video on Wednesday. My little laptop girl here. And I will just write YouTube video. Perfect. And then I also did the bills and budgeting on this day. I've got this cute little piggy bank guy. And so I will write bills and budgeting. Handwriting was looking a little sloppy, like it usually is on the coil. It's just hard because your hand moves when it's on this coil, for anyone who doesn't do a lot of writing on the coil. And then next, my son had martial arts again this day. Here it is. Perfect. And then after that, I did have an appointment at 5 p.m. I'll put this here. Not my favorite placement, but I think that'll work. And I will just write 5 p.m. appointment. There we go. And then after that, I will put this one, and on this one, it was a much needed bubble bath. There we go. And then I did also have some planning time this day. Got this cute little pen. And I will just write planning time. There we go. And that wraps us up for the first half of the week. And then for the second half, I will flip it over. And then starting with Thursday, I do have actually a box that I now see that I forgot, that I will put right about there. And then after that, of course, will be my reading. And I will put this little coffee cup. And on Thursday, I read for 1 hour. There we go. And then I did have a conference call. And I'll put that here. I'll put this little telephone. And I will just write conference call. And then my week just would not be complete if I didn't play some Diablo. There we go. Now I'll put this little it's a game controller. And then again, I was off this day as well. And I'll put that here. Then I can write day off. And then I also can mark on here that I took a whole nap, which is very rare for me, but it was much, much, much needed on this particular day. I'll just write nap. And then I also ended up watching Yellowstone. I think I've probably watched Yellowstone like a majority of the day, actually. How much of that I absorbed, I couldn't tell you. Okay, so Yellowstone. I feel like I've rewatched a lot of Yellowstone, which is kind of crazy because typically I will only rewatch something if like I really, really liked it. But I think I just have been like spacing out when I've been putting it on. But anywho, okay, and then I did use a shower steamer this day. So I will just write shower steamer. Perfect. And then I will will also put down here. Oh, I might need more space for this one. I worked on some content. She's a little bit bigger of a sticker, but she's so cute. So I will just put content work. Okay, and that wraps me up for Thursday. So now I will get started on Friday. And on Friday, I will start with my reading. And I will actually start it up here in the corner. And then I will put my little coffee cup on top of my little flag. And then I can write that on Friday I read for 30 minutes. There we go. And then after that, I will mark my final day off. Come on, there we go. And I need to go this way. And I will put my little flower here. And then I will write day off. Again, on this day, I did take a nap. So I will mark that here. And then there was, I also took another, well, I would actually like to put this one first. Oops, unhelpful. Okay. So it's just this, kind of like a banner that says "You Rule." And then there, I took a bubble bath again this day. Remember I said at the beginning of the video that I just needed a lot of self-care and self-love this week. I definitely meant that. I don't always do this much self-care, but when I need to, you just need to. Okay, hot bath. And then I did also have to go out and do a little bit of shopping this day because my son had a birthday party to go to on Saturday, so we had to pick up a little gift for his friend. And then I will just write gift shopping. And then I did also spend the entire day with my parents. And we actually went on a 4-mile walk, which was quite nice. Oh, this is a little bit too big. But I would prefer to see this adorable little shopping bag because I don't often use these. But I can sneak this one up a little bit higher if I lift that. Let me see if I can lift this a little. There we go. Because I don't need quite as thick. Okay, I think that's good. And then, okay, so I will put this little workout icon here, and we did a 4-mile walk. And then I can put this sticker. Let me see how this is gonna work out. Well, that's gonna have to work. But again, so we did a 4-mile walk, but I spent the entire day with my parents, which was much needed, because they are my people. spent, day with my parents. Okay, now we can move on to Saturday. And on Saturday, I will start with my reading. Okay, so for reading, I'm gonna flip it this way. And then coffee cup. And on Saturday, I read for an hour. Perfect. And then, like I said, my son had a birthday party to go to, so we took him to that birthday party, and he had a fabulous time. Okay. And I will just write birthday party. And then after that, I did post a video on this day as well, so I will mark that. And then I will just write in there YouTube video. And then what was the next item? Okay, there was also some Happy Mail that I got. I'll put that here with this cute little envelope icon. And then I will write Happy Mail. And then after that, there was definitely some video games. And then here I will just write Diablo 4. And then my son was at a friend's house. And then my husband and I went to a concert. And we actually went, it was Disturbed and Nothing More. That was super fun. It was a good time. Of course, with like any other concert in the whole wide world, everything is super expensive, but it was a great experience. It was our first time seeing Disturbed live, so that was fun. And then over here for Sunday, I'll start with marking my reading. And on Sunday, I read for 2 hours. And then after that, I will mark date night. Grab a pen. Dinner together. And then I did end up watching a little bit more Yellowstone this day. Oh, wrong side. I'll put my little TV icon, and then I will write Yellowstone. There we go. And then We also had our grocery delivery this day. I'll put that here. And then I will write grocery delivery. And then again, I needed a bath. Does anybody else is like a bubble bath like your self-care? Because I'm gonna take a shower daily, but like I'm not, the whole setup of like a bubble bath I feel like is always something that I do when I just need to look like self-care. And then after that, I'm gonna put a little movie ticket. I decided to sit down and watch a scary movie. So I actually watched It and It 2. I was thinking about writing chapter 2, but I was like, you've kind of already taken up all the space, which is totally fine. And then I did some sunbathing. A little sun for that. So I just felt like I needed some vitamin D. Okay, and then sun bathing. But that finishes up my Sunday. I don't feel like there was a ton of stuff that happened this week. There was actually more appointments and phone calls and emergency stuff and getting everything resettled, like that type of stuff. But that always throws me off as a planner. Whenever like we deviate so drastically from the plan, it kind of throws me for a loop. But that's okay. We recovered and everything is a work in progress, just like the rest of life. But that wraps me up for week 17 of 2025. I hope you guys had fun planning with me, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.